So again, what is going on, everybody? This was a random video because the reason why I'm making this video is that it's like spur of the moment. So I had reached out to 3 companies that I feel make incredible products in tier from like highest to kind of lowest in quality. I'm sure at this point, but if you guys never noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, or maybe you have noticed, that when I ride, you will always see a monitor that's usually kind of blocking my dash cam on the GSXR-1000. And that's simply because I have been using a ghetto, like homemade parts put together video system that basically mimics a rear view camera. And I've done this for about $60, right? It's simple, it gets the job done, but it's not the best quality, and it's not the best, but it does replace the mirrors to some extent, right? So if you notice that sometimes I do change my mind about putting my mirrors on the bike, and I'll take them off again, and usually I'll put them back on when I'm going for inspection. But I've been wanting a system that could work all year round. It could work without me having to put my mirrors back on, or if I so choose to, I can just do that to make inspection easier. But for the most part, 3 companies that I am talking about who make amazing rear view camera all-in-one systems that have CarPlay, and they feature front and rear cameras. They also feature like tire pressure sensors, navigation, etc. Right? And they're really amazing companies. But number 1 on the list is Chiji Global, and Chiji is probably the most, probably the cream of the crop when it comes to these systems. They charge a lot of money, but they work, and then they work really well. The second company that I would put in this space that would be right below Chiji would be Inov, O-V-V, Inov. They also make amazing quality products, and that would be my second choice. And then the third choice is Carparide. They also make the same systems, but at a very much lower cost, which means probably the quality from the top system all the way down to them is probably much lower. And when I say these things is because I'm saying these things in terms of coming from the tech world. When it comes to like monitors and gaming monitors, you have the cream of the crop, and then you will have those B and C monitors from the cream of the crop that get trickled down, and then they get resold by other third-party, fourth-party companies, right, that advertise. So think of it like Samsung selling, their expensive top-of-the-line monitors or TVs, and then when they come out of the factory, if they don't meet that A+ standard, and they meet maybe like a B standard or a C standard, those panels get sent out and bought up wholesale by other third-party companies who have their own brand, who then resell those products under their own brand. So that's how it usually works. So I'm guessing that in the scheme of things, that's probably similar how things go with here. But again, the whole reason for me making this video is that because I reached out to these 3 companies months ago. I don't even know why I did it, but I did. And they all came back and said, respectfully, no. So again, what did I do? I just simply said, okay, let's keep trucking on. And I sent them my media kit and everything. And like I said, they weren't budging on it. And this time around, today, randomly, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to reach out again. To all 3 of them and show them how what I've been able to do, and what we have been able to do as a community to kind of grow these channels as far as like the Instagram and the YouTube. And I was like, I'll just see what happens. Well, one did not respond, and that was Inov. Inov did not respond whatsoever yet, as of yet. But Carparide literally, yeah, Carperi responded and Chiji responded, which I was completely shocked by. And Chiji actually said, you know what? We've seen what you're doing. We love the regularly scheduled content. We love all of the videos and the consistency that you've been putting out since you've reached out to us. It's crazy. We definitely want to do something with you. That blew my mind. Because like I said, right now, like a full-blown Chiji AIO5 is like $600, maybe, if it's not on sale yet. They just came out with a newer model that's even more expensive. So they're definitely charging for what they do, because what they do is pretty damn amazing. So Carperi literally reached out not even less than 30 minutes after Chiji, which is crazy. And they actually said, hey, sorry, you know, you're too small. We're not interested still. Continue to grow, and maybe we might be able to do something in the future. All right, that's cool. But what spurred me to really make this video is that I started thinking, and I was just like, you know, Chiji is very smart. Not many brands are willing to partner with smaller channels simply because most brands are thinking we need the biggest and the best and the most influential people out there that are doing this in this space to promote our products. The thing is that I have yet to see any influencer that is noteworthy promoting any of these companies' products as to date. And while there are other motorcyclists that are doing that, I just never seen anybody that has been on the main front doing it. In my opinion, I feel like it's the best thing that brands can actually do is seek out smaller channels, smaller influencers, smaller, whatever you want to call us, motovloggers, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what niche you're in, but to seek those people out that make consistent content and to help sponsor them and build them up with their product, because all that is going to do is really show people that who are rocking with them right away while they're small, to let them know that, like, look, we're legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are legit. And I think the problem is that when you are really big and you're sponsoring some of these companies, it doesn't feel as authentic. And I'm not saying that the difference between like somebody like IMK and myself is like going to determine whether the sponsorship or the partnership or whatever it is that you're doing is going to be legit or not. But it just seems, it comes off very, very opportunistic and selly when you're already super huge and you have brands that are basically throwing their products at you. Now, mind you, these guys that are super huge, and the reason why I threw IMK's name out there is because he just did a really cool video and I watched it and I loved it. And with the Osmo 360 from DJI. And I think that was probably the first video that I've ever seen him do with the 360 camera on his bike. I always wondered, like, damn, IMK never rides with the selfie stick or anything like that on his bikes. Like, he never takes that POV or anything like that. I'm like, I wonder why. I never understood why. But the reason why I'm bringing him up is because he finally did one with the Osmo 360. And in my head, I was like, this is so freaking cool. And it really prompted me and led me to be like, dude, I definitely need to get this Osmo 360, even though I got an Insta360. But I've been on the ropes for a little while with it. But seeing his video made me, convince me even more to do that. But the reason why I'm saying that is that imagine if DJI were to partner with somebody like myself who's going to make daily content that is more than likely, obviously weekly, that is going to show off their product or talk about their product almost in a daily fashion, versus somebody who makes a single video for a month that you probably did a deal with just because he's huge, and he's not gonna, if you're not paying him, he's not gonna talk about it outside of those obligations that y'all discussed. Imagine if you had somebody that is making daily content, possibly featuring your products. It's like, it's a no-brainer because eventually people are seeing you use it on a real and daily basis and know that you're not just doing it as a gimmick, a one-time thing. And it's like, they're doing it for real. They're actually using it. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I can get. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've been using DJI for a long time, right? And this is not a sales pitch for DJI. I'm so small, they would never, ever, but if you will, hit me up. But they would never, ever do that, right? But I use their products exclusively. Besides the Insta360, which I don't use that much, but I always have people, not a lot of people, but I always have people that are either in the comments or they email or they DM me and they're like, hey, what camera are you using? What's your settings? Which is why I put out a settings video like that came out today. But they're always asking me like, what settings are you using? This and that, because they consistently see me using it. And they understand that because I'm using it, I must obviously believe in it. Trust me. Like I said, I ditched GoPro a long time ago because it just doesn't work with my workflow. So that's why I got rid of GoPro. Other than that, I like GoPro stuff. It just doesn't work well with how I do things and post-production after recording. It just doesn't work well, but DJI works well for me. And so when I saw that video, I was just like, damn, they're going to get a ton of views, a ton of interaction from IMK, who has like over 1 million subscribers. But is he going to use it after that video, right? Because he's done this in the past, and like this is what it is. When you get to that level, you're able to be like, hey, Insta360 comes out with a new camera, they're going to be like, can you do this video review for us? And then you can command your price and the deal is done, for whatever it is. But these companies that are willing to be like, hey, look, I see this person putting out daily content, let me partner with them, let me get with them, and then we'll grow our brand with them as they grow their brand themselves. And to me, that's the most important, because like I said, when you're small and you don't have very many eyes on you, it's more authentic when the person is actually using your product versus just making a video about your product and probably no longer using it again, or outside of the obligated time frame that y'all have made a contract on, right? Because I can tell you right now, if IMK is going to be using the DJI 360 past that video that he's made, it's because it's contractual. That's just what it is. Because when you get that big, like I said, it's more expensive for the brands to reach out to these guys and to get deals done, because it's going to cost them a lot of money at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like freaking Fastlane D ain't featuring Alpine stars for free anymore. He probably used to, but now that he's so huge, he's not just featuring their products for free anymore. If you want to see Alpine stars in his video, you're going to have to pay him. Alpine stars is going to have to pay him. And that's just the way it goes. When you are small, nobody really notices you. You're not really interested until they see a trend. And by the time that they try to get you, you're probably already too big and you're going to be demanding a lot of money, and they got to pay it because you got the reach. So a lot of these companies need to just flip their mind script a little bit and start going after the smaller channels and the smaller influencers that are building up, that are releasing consistent content, and get with those guys early on. So you not only can you build your brand with them, the people that are following them, the people that are building a community around them are also exposed to your products as well. And they will be more influenced to use your products if they see it working in a real-time manner, in a real world manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, it's hard if IMK, like I said, or never ever releases another video outside of the one video that he made for them testing the product. Even if he made another video, it's not very convincing for the viewer, because to me, I'm just like, well, he obviously did that because it was a deal that he made, obviously, to make those videos. But if I consistently see him use something, I'm more inclined to be like, well, he's using it regularly and he's producing good content, and the people love it. So obviously he's using it because it works, not because they just paid him. So hopefully these big brands will start to understand that, and like I said, start partnering with smaller channels and smaller people who are putting out consistent content that would be beneficial to both parties. So shout out to Gigi. Again, they just responded. I did what they asked me to do. Now I have to see what they're going to come back and what they're going to do. But for sure, if it works out, I will definitely be talking about them a lot more, because I've wanted to use their system from the jump, and because I couldn't really afford it, I've been using my own little system. So it'd be nice to have their system set up and to really go into the details and really, like I said, convince you guys, because like I said, for my companies, I don't make anything that I don't wear for my brands. If I make it, it's because I wear it, unless it's obviously women clothing or whatnot. But what I'm saying is that if I design it, I wear it. I don't design anything or make anything that I wouldn't wear. And then same thing comes with sponsorships. I don't want random ass sponsors that reach out to me like they have, to just throw them as sponsors on the channel simply because they're going to pay me. And it's like, I don't even want to use that shit. So it's like, if I do feature something on the channel, it's because it's either my product or it's something that I know that I'm going to use on a regular. And to me, if I'm using a Chiji, like, that's, like I said, if you're looking at the system that I use now, you're going to see it all the time. So you'll know if I'm full of shit if I'm not using Chiji all the time once I install that shit, or, you know what I mean? Like, once I have that system, because you'll see it, you know what I mean? Nobody's using something, or nobody's going to be promoting something that they're not going to use, and you can't see them use it. You know what I mean? It's no different than wearing gear. Like, if I'm always talking about NBT, but you never really see me wearing NBT, but you always hear me promote it, you know, your mind should start to think like, why is he always promoting NBT, but I never see him wearing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense. So you got to make it make sense. And like I said, man, I'm super pumped because I was not expecting what I saw today. Not expecting it at all. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the month of July. Try to pack a ton of content for July. Try to make it almost daily with the long format content videos and obviously the shorts. But going into August, like I said, my goal now is to fill almost every single day, if it's possible, with long format content video. And then on top of that, release shorts like I've lost my mind. And I'm to the point now where I'm making so much content, guys, like, and it's content that I love. It's like, I love to do it, but I'm making so much content, guys, that I have to limit myself on how much I can put out per day, because Instagram, especially Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, you know, they have gotten like very strict. It doesn't even make sense to me. Instagram has like a rule or a policy that you can't release so many shorts in a day. I'm not even anywhere near that, right? Some days I could have like 20 things scheduled, where I'm just hitting Instagram with maybe, like, out of those 20 things, I'm hitting Instagram with like 10 of those things. And they just don't like it. You know what I mean? They don't like it. I've gotten several emails like, is your account okay? Have you been hacked? Like, how are you releasing so much content? It's like, and I've had to respond like, I am just bombarding every platform with my content because I have so much content to give. And I'm doing a lot of what a lot of people aren't doing, and that is releasing content. And so, yeah, it's been crazy. It's been really, really wild. I think it's been insane. So, like, what I've ended up having to do is literally, I have content that I want to release right away, but it's like, damn, I can't release it because I already have the next days, the next week stacked. And so I have to push it back. I'm forced now to push it back because I have no other choice. So, you know, what's good is that a lot of the things that I'm filming necessarily isn't time sensitive. If it is time sensitive, I try to push it out regardless right away. So if you guys saw some of the stuff about the Gixxer, the 2026 Gixxer 1000 reveals and all that stuff, you're going to see that right away if you haven't saw it already. But that's very, very time sensitive. So I made sure I try to get that out right away. And even some of that stuff, I had trouble with some of those videos getting put out because, again, some of the platforms like Instagram was just like, look, it's too much. It's too much. So yeah, again, I'm very excited. Like I said, channel sponsors are hard to come by when you're very, very small. It's extremely, extremely difficult because, like I said, these companies are in the opposite mindset. If you don't have the numbers, they don't want to play ball. And some of them are going to come around. Some of them are going to come around. And that's the reason why you see so much inflation. I'm going on another rant. That's why you see so much inflation of average ass, below average ass channels or people that are in this space that are making motorcycle content. And it's just like, it's so bad. It's so cringy, but yet they're trying to fish those deals and get those deals. So they're just buying subs. They're just buying followers. And it's like, these companies haven't fucking caught on yet. And they're just like, this has been happening forever. Like, how are y'all, what is the issue? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's obvious that the engagement is fake. You're not getting any sales from this shit. And you're not really getting any real engagement on your product. You're just, I don't even know what they're doing. That's like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't even understand it. Don't understand it. But that's a whole nother conversation. You guys heard me talk about it before. I've tried to say that I'm not going to speak about cheaters for a while. Can't say that I'm not going to speak about them again, but there's so many cheaters out there that it almost seems like as of August 3rd, from the checking that I've been doing, some of these people have like given up legit. It seems like they've given up. They haven't uploaded in 3 weeks to a month, 3 months, some of them 5 months. It's like they kind of just gave up for now. But yet a lot of these people are still getting 100+ subs, 1,000+ subs a week, and they haven't released a video in like a month. It's crazy. But I digress. I'm just saying, hey, I'm really, really looking forward to this partnership. Even if it costs me a little bit of money, I'll be upfront. Like, even if I can get their system at a good discount and be able to like do affiliate. So you'll see like maybe their affiliate codes or whatnot. That's because I literally believe in their product. And I cannot wait to see what happens. I can't wait to get this system put on my bike so you guys can see it, because I'm telling you, I've had people ask, why do you, what is that monitor? What is that? And it's just like, for me, it gives me a peace of mind to have a rear view camera system when you're not running mirrors. And even if you are running mirrors, just to have something extra, especially if you plan on recording, that's just extra camera footage that you can pull into your workflow for a different look, a different POV. And I think it works, man. I think it works really well. So again, I can't wait, man. Hopefully Gigi comes through and gives me a good deal, and we can partner up, because once you guys see this system, you're gonna be blown away. I'm telling you, it's good. It's really, really good. And the only reason why I have not got the system because it's so fucking expensive. It's so expensive, and I've never been able to really justify getting it over other stuff. Now, I could have gotten it over other parts and stuff like that, but I just never really was like, let me get it. But maybe now it might happen. So anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Let me know. I don't know. Like I said, partnerships and sponsorships is a very, very touchy subject. I've released videos on it before. It's just one of those things where a lot of people just don't really understand it. Maybe, possibly because they've never been in a situation to get one, or in a situation to get sponsors, so they don't really know much about it. But what I can say about sponsorships in general is that any professional sport that we watch, especially in the motorcycle world or the racing world, every single guy that you see in motocross, every single guy that you see in MotoGP or WSBK or anything professional, period, all those guys have tons of shit plastered on their uniform and their bikes and their cars, and it's called sponsors. So those guys wouldn't even be in the position that they're in if it wasn't for sponsors. Hey, you do something well, like racing. Hey, we would like to partner with you, give you something that you want, because your exposure will help us. It will be a mutual beneficial relationship. That's how sponsorships works. That's how sponsorships work, guys. It just is what it is. You can not like it. You could like it. This is what it is. You're going to see it no matter what. I think people just have a problem with seeing it when it comes to influencers or YouTubers or content creators in general. They just see it as a little weird, like, okay, you're not really doing anything professional. Why the hell are you trying to sell it shit? Or why are you getting sponsorships? It doesn't make sense. So it's not always a negative, guys. It's beneficial to both parties, and it's beneficial if it's used properly and it's actually used by the promoter. You know what I mean? So make sure you keep your eyes peeled with these guys that are actually promoting stuff, but you never see them wear it. And that's why I've seen some creators not promote things at all. They may mention other people, like Nicky Boy Toys, who runs MBT. You may see some of your bigger people that mention them, or that may feature them, or they're featured in one of their videos, but you never really hear them talking about it necessarily. Simply business. Those bigger guys are not mentioning any company if they're not being paid. That's just how big they are. They can command that type of business at this point. So yeah, trust me, it's crazy. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.